So, I have a crazy story to tell you. In the past hour, God has provided for literally everything I needed. So, I woke up this morning and I looked at my bank account. I don't normally do that first thing in the morning, but I later in the morning I looked at my bank account and I was in the negatives, which means like some kind of charge had come in and just took money out of my account. Well, I'm in the negatives now. If that doesn't get taken care of by the end of the day, it like shuts down my account, I'm pretty sure. And then I'm at school, and my school account has like a negative $2,000 balance on it. And it's had that for a while. I've just been putting it off because I'm so busy, keep forgetting about it. Well, now it's accruing interest. And so that money that I haven't paid is costing me more money every month. And then, I'm in the midst of like kind of like 3 relationships right now. I somehow 3 girls think they're in a relationship with me, and I literally had no idea. They're just friends. And I'm just kind of like, how in the world did last night I go to bed with no issues, and then today I woke up with all of these issues? And so I'm freaking out. And I realize, like, okay, I'm kind of cooked. Like, this is a lot of stuff. Like, what am I supposed to do? And I'm in class, and then I realized an exam I had studied forever for, I got a 68 on, which is not good. And I really tried for that one. And that was with bonus credit, which means I'm just not smart. And so everything was kind of crashing down around me. I missed an assignment today, too. Like, how can I be this behind? So I'm freaking out, borderline, like, just breaking down in tears and, like, just crying and, like, being in a mess. Well, I got out of classes, and I go to this spot, and I just start praying, and I'm just like opened up, and I was like, God, like, I really need you right now. Like I need a miracle. Like, I need a miracle. I have no money. I'm like, all of the accounts are at 0. There's nothing else I can possibly do. And I was like, I need a miracle. And I told him, I was like, God, like, even if you don't provide a miracle, I'm still going to trust you. And I'm still going to trust that you are going to, that even if you don't provide the miracles, that I'm going to be okay. And I said a lot more. I can't remember everything I said, but I just laid it all out. This is about an hour and a half ago. And I was like, all right. So I skate over to the financial aid office. I walk into the financial aid office, and I look at the lady, and I'm like, all right. I know I have this balance on my account, and I know it's accruing interest. What are my options? And she said, well, this morning I got on the phone with FAFSA, and it turns out you could take an unsubsidized loan. And I already applied for it. All you have to do is click approve on Monday. That's crazy. I have not been eligible for an unsubsidized loan or for FAFSA in a long time because of my financial predicament. If you haven't seen that, click this video. So, craziness. I'm somehow out of that. Oh, and she canceled the hold and the interest. She canceled all the interest. So it's still just the money I owe. It's not accruing interest anymore, and she canceled what it was accruing, which is crazy. And I'm just like, I'm like borderline tearing up, right? And I'm like, well, what am I supposed to do? Oh, and I also have car insurance that I have to pay in 2 days, and I have negative charges on my account. So if that money doesn't get paid, I don't have car insurance because I'm already like in trouble because I haven't paid very much car insurance. I just don't have money. And so I'm walking around, and I run into an old friend that I hadn't talked to in forever. And we're just, shooting the breeze, and then she looks at me and she goes, how are you besides school? And I just like, man, I'm falling apart, like I feel like my relationships my relationships are so stressful, and I have no money. I'm completely financially irresponsible, and I'm broken, and I'm very sick. I have like a upper respiratory infection and a sinus infection, and I have a brain condition, and that's going crazy too. And I was like, I'm just struggling. And I kind of told her all of this, and then I told her this cool testimony about how God just provided all of that for the money of the school, which is crazy. And she looks at me and she goes, I go to church, but I'm not like a really avid member of the church that I'm going to. But I still tithe, and so I don't always know where I'm supposed to tithe to. And so she said she just keeps all the money, and then wherever God tells her to put her tithes towards, She does. She puts tithes towards. So she gave me her tithes. So all of the money, everything I needed, got taken care of. In the span of an hour, he took care of everything. You know, God is not a vending machine. He's not a vending machine. But he wants us to cry out to him. That's the point. And I did. And I didn't cry out to him to receive a blessing. I didn't cry out to him expecting for him to do this. I cried out to him for a miracle because I needed him to provide. And I told him that I need you, Lord. I need him because only he could provide in this situation. I could ask a ton of people for money, but only by the grace of God is this going to be paid. You know, it is only out of God's generosity. I know that. And God's not a vending machine, and he doesn't always provide for what I want, or he doesn't always provide for my needs the way I want them, but he always provides for my needs. And always, I have never not had enough. And when I feel like I do, it's just because he hasn't provided it yet. Don't ever fall into that trap. God cares about you. You need to submit yourselves to him. You need to be humble enough to come to the Lord and say, I need you right now. Be there for me. Call upon the name of the Lord and he will answer you. That's a verse. I'm going to put that up. As I'm saying these verses, I'm going to put them up. Call upon the name of the Lord and he will answer you. He will be there for you when you call upon his name. And I'm telling you, it probably won't be the way you expect. I haven't talked to that friend of mine in over a year, and somehow she had actually seen some of the videos and she was inspired by them, some of the videos on my other channels, and she was inspired, and that's how we started the conversation. And then now she's providing the money through her tithes in the way that I needed. And it's like, I'm telling you, like, life is so lonely without God. Like, I have a lot of prompts to people who don't follow God avidly, because how do you do it? How do you get through life without him? I can't go through life without him. I'm telling you, just submit your lives to God. You know, you don't have to be the most avid Christian out there right off the bat. Please don't think you have to do that. Just start somewhere. I'm telling you, just start somewhere. Just start and get creative with how you can devote yourself. Be like, no, I'm kind of lacking in this area of my life. How can I get creative with how I do this more godly? And in everything you do, every step, every breath, every thought, every blink, every single thing that you do, submit your lives to him and get creative with how you make each part of that aspect of your life, from the big things like life-altering decisions to the small things like what am I going to eat today. In everything you do, submit it to the Lord. Be a literal walking billboard for Christ, and he provides everything for you.